folks, one of the most anticipated matchups of the entire regular season. Two national championship contenders, each ranked in the top 5. Which side can step up and deliver on this big stage? The Buckeyes will kick it away to get this game going. And here's the return from inside the 5. So Penn State's offense going to get the chance to start this game off.
Well, Kirk, you can just feel the emotion, the intensity in this rivalry game right now.
Well, one thing we know is you work year-round for a rivalry game, and now it's right before your eyes. Let's see how these guys play today.
The offense will take their first 10 out of the half and talk strategy here. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
And the Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. The Nittany Lions begin a new series here, 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. McGee moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set, second down play here. Looking for some space. It's Singleton.
Boy, great job by this defense on this second down run. Just stonewalled him at the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, trying to get off the field.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. They stop him, but it's a 1st down. Nittany Lions looking to keep this drive rolling. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
This defensive coordinator better make some adjustments. This back is on fire to start this game. You better start committing those safeties down, overloading that line of scrimmage, because this back is physical.
Breaks into the clear. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new 1st down.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this 1st down. And Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area, Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades, going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently, and of course Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on of great Penn State running backs, and I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Here's the second down play. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. He's in the clear. Here he goes. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. They're pounding away with the running game. It's 1st and 10. The shotgun running play call. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken, this guy's already over 30 yards on the opening drive of this game. Another nice play right here. If this defense can't stop him, just keep feeding him the football.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then pops a big one. Right now, he looks like...
And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
What an opening drive by this offense, and especially this running back. Every single time they gave him the ball, he's getting positive yards behind that big offensive line. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, you better make some adjustments and do it in a hurry. You got to get more guys committed to the line of scrimmage to stop this run game.
But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. The coverage team gets him down. Not much gained on that return. The Buckeyes offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. They'll be met by a defensive front that has a couple of impact players on it. They get after the quarterback. They slow the run down. Really a nightmare to block.
Well, these guys are what it's all about. You want to build a great defense? Follow this blueprint right here. Big, strong, athletic defensive linemen. They're game wreckers, and they're lucky to have a couple of them up front. Going to be tough on this offense to try to hold up at the line of scrimmage.
Back in motion now. Back to throw. It's Sayan. Throws to the tight end. Oh, it's picked off. What a play.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the interception. And not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
The offensive coordinator begins this drive with excellent field position. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. And goal at the 6.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line, these are tough yards to come by. Positive yards, good push inside there by that offensive line.
And it's a touchdown, but there is a marker on the field. Offside. So the call on the defense declined, of course, and the touchdown will stand. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And with the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Excellent work by the coverage team. He's brought down after just a short return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And the runner takes off to his right. Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fit, holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
The pocket breaking down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Fights through the tackler. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on 3rd down, trying to force a field goal. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Nittany Lions come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. 1st and goal, handoff. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Offense facing 2nd and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call.
Offside, defense.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. Well, we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
The defensive penalty moves the ball closer now on 2nd and goal. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. It's Penn State on top as we break for the quarter. They jumped out to an early lead in that opening period. Let's take a quick look at the stats so far. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. Crucial play to begin the new quarter. The offense sets up with a 3rd and goal. Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. He's swarmed by the defense. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th and inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
Set for the kickoff here after adding to this big lead. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Defense is coming after him. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Tackled right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks.
Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. Think about it. Over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, the defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the receiver and they gave up a big gain.
He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up the back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Offense beginning to click on this drive as they try to reach the end zone for the first time today. Nothing doing on that play. The big D tackle there for the stop.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. And the sophomore, a little bit too much air into that throw.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Here's the throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Wow, great job by the defense coming up with the interception. If you look at it from an offensive perspective, it's 3rd and long. Why not take a chance downfield? You might get a pass interference call. Maybe you come up with a completion. In this case, it is intercepted, but at least it's downfield, almost like a punt there on 3rd and long.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff here from the shotgun. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
Back to throw. It's Aller. Throw to the running back in the flat. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short. The Nittany Lions will have to punt this one away. He's on to boot it away now. And the returner will be brought down. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. He hands it to the back. Nowhere to run up the middle.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
He'll take a deep shot here. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Look out, he's in the clear. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, any quarterback will tell you how tough it is to manage the football in these kind of conditions. I really think it's an advantage for the offense if you have a quarterback that knows how to handle the ball. Here, this one looked like it just got off of his hand and right into the hands of that defensive back.
On the run, it's Allen. They'll tackle him right at the 31. Getting set. Here's second down. And the same runner's got it again. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Breaks into the clear. Here he goes. He make the stop, but it's a big gain down to the 29.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the first down yardage. Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
Well, I feel like they call that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a first and goal from the 10.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And Indy Lions hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Defense bunching at the line, showing blitz. That's a design quarterback keeper. A sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal was obviously to hit some big plays. Got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Game sets up a third down and goal from the 6. He'll hand it off. They're able to get him down. No surprise here. The coach has got the offense on the field. They'll go for it on fourth and goal from the 1. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State.
Bruce, with another touchdown, this first half could not have gone any better for this offense and this team, building up such a big lead. And on the other side, oh my gosh, now you really start to see who's got some fight, who's a competitor, because you got a big hole to be able to climb out of.
No problem with the snowy footing there. The PAT is good. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. They'll return it from inside the 5. The coverage team brings him down in the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Man, all week, the Buckeyes and Nittany Lions tried to bottle up their emotions, but things just boiled over in that first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. Still 2 quarters to go in this incredible regional showdown between 2 of the winningest programs in football.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. After falling way behind in the first half, to cut into this big lead. And they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Second down after that previous play. Looking for a gap. It's Peoples. And he goes nowhere. Stop pulled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Looking to throw it deep. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, this is the chance you take throwing the football in these conditions. I don't know if the quarterback ever had a real good grip on the ball in the snow, puts it up in the air, and the defense is able to come up with a pick.
And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the tailback's got it again. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there. And the Nittany Lions hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Third and short, they hand the ball off. Finding space at the 20. They make the stop, but that gains enough to set him up first down at the 14. It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Fights off a defender. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And tackled after a small pickup there. Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a first and goal. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half.
And he takes it into the end zone, but hold on. There's a flag down.
Offside, defense.
So the offense obviously declines that penalty on the defense, and the touchdown will stand. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. Now the kick hits off the left upright. It's no good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss on the play.
Well, how about that? Another call and another bad result for this offense. Kind of a microcosm of how this entire football game is gone. They're just trying to bleed that clock and get out of here. Nothing working at all.
And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his second interception in this game so far. Obviously reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a big-time player making big-time plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
This offense is known for that up-tempo approach. The defense has got to make their calls and get adjusted and ready to play.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to...
He's in the clear. Brought down, but is enough to convert on third down and set him up first and goal at the 10. The Nittany Lions looking to run some tempo here. Keep it on the ground on first and goal. The junior able to bring him down quickly. and goal upcoming. They'll try to power him right up the middle. And he's finally tackled down at the 2-yard line.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Offside, defense.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. They break the huddle for 3rd down and goal. Can they punch it in from the 1? Hebe keeps it himself. Motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
PAT is good as they build on this big lead. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Takes the handoff. It's Peoples. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Well, the offense failed earlier in a 4th down attempt. They'll try it again here. Looking downfield, it's saying. And it's incomplete on 4th down. The offense will now take over in plus territory. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. 2nd down play coming up. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Picks up a gain here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last. And the Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup here. And Kirk, it's Penn State on top as we break for the quarter. It hasn't been much of a contest so far, and the stats will reflect that. One quarter to play in what has been a beatdown so far. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Trying to find some room. It's Wallace. Touchdown, Penn State. This offense really clicking. And momentum really building now. Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away.
And the kickoff will be returned. And they've got the returner corralled. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin from their own 11. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. They lose 3 in that play, so now it's 2nd down and 13. Important play coming up. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. On the move, trying to scramble for the first down, comes up short.
That's what I really love about this quarterback. Looks downfield, everybody's covered. Instead of just throwing this ball away, he's got the athletic ability to make this defense pay for it by picking up some good yards.
They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Looking for his big tight end. The pass falls incomplete. A big 4th down stop for this defense.
It's just not a smart decision, in my opinion, here to go for it on 4th down. And, Chris, I know we're kind of in this era now of analytics and when to go for it, when not to. People are aggressive by nature, but to go for it inside your own 20-yard line, the defense lined up, did what they had to do. They get the ball, and now look at the field position that they have.
The Nittany Lions will come to the line to crank up the tempo. They'll run it from the gun. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
This is just complete domination in every phase. Offense, defense, special teams. Fun to see for this team. Unfortunate on the other side.
And now they'll set up for the point after. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Remember, last time they went for it on 4th down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line. Now it's 2nd down here. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid game. Stay ahead of the chains.
Here's another interception. We're losing track. Short return tackle made at the 27. A crucial takeaway.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
They'll head out of bounds after another big game. They have chewed up this defense with the ground game today. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Penn State.
Boy, they just continue to do everything right. This offense has looked outstanding from the opening series all the way up to this point, doing everything that's asked of them, great execution, and put another touchdown up on the board.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 to get that first down loss.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out.
It's intercepted, trying to fire it into a tight window. Not a long return, but the important thing that they wipes out a scoring threat. The offense will take over from the 29.
Well, that interception really about cost them the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Important second down play coming up. Leaning on the run game here late. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Had a nice drive going here, but now it's third down and long. To the air, it's Aller. Bringing pressure. Caught by the receiver. Refusing to be brought down before gaining first down yardage. The Nittany Lions will crank up the tempo. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a designed run. Football comes out. Able to make the recovery and avoid a crushing turnover. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. The shotgun handoff here. Tackle at the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite get in, but an excellent run. And the Nittany Lions line up with a first and goal. First and goal, will try to run it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. This offense cannot be stopped.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about. Whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line, the entire unit has been dominant.
And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out.
Set to advance on the football.
And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Play of the drive now from the 25. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. Moves out of the pocket. Looking to scramble. Using his legs here. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but a huge gain. They cross midfield to the 49.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Line getting set up. It's a first down play. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Running out of time in the pocket. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Chris, that's another sack for this defense. They have pressured this quarterback from the start to near the end. And the crazy thing is,
the pass is intercepted. Not much on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 41.
Now that pick may be the cherry on top of what has been a very disappointing passing performance for this quarterback today. They never were able to find a rhythm through the air, and it ended up costing them the game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good, solid run there as this clock continues to wind down. This offense has had a great day.
The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. And they pick up the first on the ground. They've got him down, but the offense gets the first down they needed to just run the clock out. On the run, it's Wallace. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call.
Offside defense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Gift to the offense with the offsides makes it 1st and 5. An inside give now from the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. The Nittany Lions are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They finally stop him at the 8. It'll be 1st and goal.
You know, the thing that's really stood out today for this offense has been the balance. You know, they've gotten some yardage out of the running back. He's done his job. The offensive line is protected and given the quarterback a chance to be able to throw the football. He's been able to throw the football into the end zone. Now they're just looking to put on the finishing touches to win the game.
Game is clearly wrapped up, with the offense looking to rub it in here in the final minute. To throw, it's Aller. He's got it near the end zone. A timeout stops the clock with 8 seconds remaining. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Keeps it on a design run. Touchdown, Penn State. Still no answer for this offensive machine.
So much about speculation on whether or not they're going to kick a field goal or go for a touchdown. They put this ball into the end zone, and they put this game out of reach. What a job by this team and by this offense.
And they'll set up for the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking deep for late-game heroics. And that last pass falls incomplete. That will do it. Game over. This was a case of a higher-ranked, respected team that came in here and handled business. Did what we expected them to do, Kirk, but they did it with impressive focus and execution.
Man, you said it. These guys just seem to be on a mission today. They weren't going to let anything get in their way, especially another ranked opponent. This team was motivated from the opening kickoff.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.